What is one thing you will never, ever do? Eat the box that my pizza came in. But that's the best part. Combine frog and dinosaur DNA to create a theme park. Also combine pig and elephant DNA. It just won't splice. Haven't you heard that Loverboy song? Suck a dong for bus fare. Again. Is it on Pornhub? Crack. Crack is whack. Imagine that the audience is naked while giving a presentation. My brain power is trying to keep the words going. I don't have cells on the side for that kind of imagination. As if I need boner fuel. SRS. I tried that and all that happened was I got a boner. Worst is when someone in the audience gives you a good compliment and you feel a boner coming on. Then there's an awkward lapse in your responses as most of your mental energy gets redirected to neutralizing the boner. Download a car. You wouldn't kill a police officer, then steal his helmet, and then go to the toilet in his helmet. Lick a puby public toilet. But do you have your urinal cake and eat it too? Only if the rock candy is fresh. I'm gonna draw the line for myself at any public toilet. Stick things down my dong hole. For the love of God, thank you. I worked in healthcare and have seen way too many things shoved down men's dong holes. Anyone ever explained how or why that happened? Slipped and fell. Meth? Not even once. Heroin. I was on morphine after an operation and hated it. I have negative desire to try heroin. I was given morphine at the hospital to relieve stomach ulcer pain and the feeling was so good that I understood how people get hooked on opiates. I never tried it again because I knew I'd get hooked. I was given IV morphine for appendicitis pain. It barely did anything for me in terms of reduction of pain. Just felt sleepy. But a week later I went back BCO complications and this time was given Dilaudid for the pain. I felt like I was floating on a cloud and I distinctly remember thinking, oh no, I feel way too good right now. I would never try it recreationally, ever, for the same reason as you. I wasn't so lucky. Surgery on jaw and nose. Got sent home with a script after being on morphine and Dilaudid at the hospital. Once my script ran out after a couple weeks I felt weird. Turns out I was withdrawing. That turned into a heroin addiction for 6 years. 2.5 years clean now though. Purposely break a Lego set. A psychological horror I could never bring myself to do. Mayo. I did that when I was like 11. My mum pissed me off so I went to my room, grabbed my Lego Star Wars Gungan sub and just dropped it on the floor, and it never got put back together. I still regret it. Never tore one apart myself. Built a Lego city and watched my older brother and dad get into a fight as a kid. They Godzilla'd my Lego city. Become the NBA's shortest professional basketball player. Because someone shorter than you will also make the NBA. Drink and drive. OP said 1. Trust a Sicilian when death is on the line. Inconceivable. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Dude, I just watched that movie for the first time today. Run for office. The country needs you. Anyone who is capable of getting themselves made president should on no account be allowed to do the job. Douglas Adams. Welcome, Prince, said Aslan. Do you feel yourself sufficient to take up the kingship of Narnia? I don't think I do, sir, said Caspian. I am only a kid. Good, said Aslan. If you had felt yourself sufficient, it would have been proof that you were not. C.S. Lewis. Fight side by side with an elf. How about with a friend? I can do that. You're my friend now, Mr. Peaceniffle. Give birth. Swim over a trench. Even thinking about it makes my legs feel funny. Treat any retail or service employees like garbage. After working retail I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's funny. I work with a guy and we both spent years in restaurants, and he feels that his former experience as a server entitles him to complain and send stuff back, and ask for comps. I can't go to restaurants with him. Have a period. Not even in your sentence apparently. He is a man of focus, commitment, and sheer freaking will. Why is he freaking will? Cheat on any of my GFs. I had it happen to me in a bad way in a 4-year relationship and I know the pain. So I vowed to never do that to anyone ever. Wait, how many girlfriends do you have? And do they know about each other? Because if not, I meant any of my future GFs that I'll have. I'm not currently in a relationship. Whoa, get a load off Mr. Confident over here. I'm so lonely. Have a man take a fat shit in my mouth. But you're open to a woman taking a fat shit in your mouth? No, he's into men who take skinny shits. Smoke a cigarette. My grandpa smoked 3 packs a day starting when he was 12 years old until he was 50. He then quit and only smoked 2 packs a day. He lived for another decade or so before he unsurprisingly died from lung cancer. Seeing what he went through in the last few months was enough to convince me to never touch a cigarette. His lungs were so bad. When the doctors diagnosed him, the doctor legitimately said, "Smoke them if you got them, because you might as well enjoy your last little bit of time." I wish he could have quit for real in time for it to make a difference. Have biological children. Too many bad genes that I would rather spare someone else from inheriting. Same here. I have cystic fibrosis. The last thing I want to do is give birth to children who simply carry the gene. But I couldn't live with myself if my children end up having CF. If I decide to be a parent one day and life is good, I'll adopt them. When another driver is trying to do me a favor that I deem safe, I'll never accept it. Do it, if I do it at all. Again, it has to appear overwhelmingly safe, without giving them the wave and saying thanks. Generally, safe example. Changing lanes was always a problem back when I was riding in big rigs. We sincerely appreciate the people in the lane we're merging into who see our turn signals on and flash their lights at us. This tells us, we see you, you have plenty of room, and we are not going to be the typical prick who demonstrates that they want to die RN by speeding up. We got you. Go ahead and get over if everything else looks good. If you do that for a trucker and they flash their lights back, that was their way of saying thanks. Same. I always wave. And I get old man disgruntled when they don't wave if I give them a driving favor. Kill someone if this whole coronavirus thing goes to shit. It might be the guy that dies first in the movie, the whimpering one in the corner. I feel like I could shoot someone, but there's no way I could bludgeon someone to death somehow like a hammer or a baseball bat. I have a hard enough time even bonking a fish. Same. I accidentally stepped on a mouse and killed it when I was like 10, and I still feel terrible about it over 20 years later. Bungee jump. A broken rubber brought me into this world and I'm sure as hell not gonna let one take me out. Wait, what? Oh. It is seriously the best adrenaline rush ever. I ended up doing it twice. Fair. But I'm happy being at home playing video games. My heart already races when I get the big boss of them. Well, want that feeling amplified by like a quadrillion thanks. Kill dogs. Eat dogs. Grill dogs. Hot dogs. Sleep with Op's mom. I would. Op, is that you? Check his arms for breaks. I will never gild myself. D. Did you gild yourself? Probably not. Reddit gilds freaking anything talking about gold. Chill out, people. You're just feeding the karma horse. Gold. I'll never have sex. I'll never do anyone. I'll never lose my virginity, because I don't lose. Become president, according to my 12th grade English teacher. Same thing happened when I was in year 8. I asked him if he always dreamt of being a pay teacher. Hello 911, I just witnessed manslaughter. Nah man, this is straight up murder. Nothing accidental about it. Give a frick. Kill myself. I wouldn't want to take that kind of pleasure away from someone else. Comma. You say that, but remember the person statistically most likely to kill you is you. Sometimes, the smart choice is to get that bastard first. Marry for money. A lot of people asking me why not, because I get approached by rich douches who think I can be bought. I'm not marrying for anything other than love, period. This dude must already have money, which means I must marry them. Stonks. Rape a walrus. That's not a nice way to talk about my mum. Cut off my peanuts with a rusty knife in the middle of a dessert edit. Thanks for the award. You sure about that? I could never have a rusty knife. I'd have to polish and sharpen it. What about in the middle of a dessert? How the frick did this already get gold? Everyone get in here, this one's going to take off. Hold on to your butts. Want a lesson in reckless spending from an internet stranger? Be intimate with someone unless I have a genuine emotional connection. Me too. Little guy doesn't get excited without the emotional layer. I will never, for any reason, do anything to anyone, for any reason, ever, no matter what, no matter where, or who I am with, or where I am going, or where I've been, ever, for any reason whatsoever. Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. Like an improv conversation. An improvisation. Thanks, Michael. Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy. Both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me. Never frick with another lad's woman. If she cheats with you, she'll cheat on you. And vice versa, boyfriend. That shit will come back to haunt you. People who cheat are likely to do it again. Tried to explain this to one of my friends who got with a girl while she was in a relationship. Lo and behold, she cheats on him. And he says they'll give it another chance. I wish he would respect himself more. Give you up, let you down, turn around or desert you. Will you make me cry? Will you say goodbye? Will you tell a lie? Subscribe and click the notification bell to get the best of British.